Hey guys, welcome back to the business of art. I wanted to give you guys a tip for using your time a bit more wisely because I know we're all super busy and trying to build up our art businesses, and it can just get overwhelming sometimes with the amount that you have to do with social media, and maybe you have art fairs, you have a job, you have your kids, you have, all these things. It can get a bit overwhelming. So there are a few tricks that can help make it a little easier. And the biggest thing I think of is doing things in batches. You may not have time every single day to do something, but maybe you can carve out an hour a week or 2 hours a week. And let's take YouTube, for example. You may not have time to stop and video 3 or 4 times a week, but maybe you can carve out a chunk of time on the weekend, maybe a couple hours, where you can just knock out a bunch of videos and just get that all done. And then you can do 2 things. You can either schedule them to post when you want, and then you're really ready to go, or you just have them ready to go, and when you want them to post, you go in and you just upload them at that point. The scheduling feature is only available, as far as I know, on the desktop version of YouTube. It's not available on like the YouTube Studio apps and whatnot. So just as a note, I could be wrong on that. It may be different on some apps, but for now, you'll want to schedule it on your computer or go to the desktop version on your phone. And then you can schedule your YouTube videos, and you can have a whole month's worth of videos scheduled, really. And that's something really good too if you need to go out of town. It's a feature I use a lot. If I go out of town, then people don't even know I went out of town. You can do the same thing with social media. You can just take a chunk of time and do a bunch of posts. With social media, it's a little tricky. I don't recommend doing a set it and forget it approach, because one of the things that gets your social media seen more is your interaction. So if you just post things and then you never go back and look and see if people are liking and commenting on it, your page probably will not do very well unless you just get lucky and have amazing posts and you don't even know it. But that being said, you can still schedule the posts so you don't have to actively sit there and post all day long or every day. You can take an hour out of the weekend or whenever, and you can schedule posts to go on all your social media throughout the whole week. Maybe do a whole week at a time is probably a decent time frame. And I know on Facebook you can directly schedule posts, but you can also use third-party sites like Hootsuite. And if you guys know of any other ones that you recommend, put them down in the comments, absolutely. For right now, I recommend Hootsuite. It's pretty easy to use. You can schedule the posts for Instagram, for Twitter, for Facebook, for pretty much everything. So that way you don't feel like you're on social media 24/7 if you have other, definitely more important things to do. That being said, do keep up with your social media though. Go back and answer questions, comments. Don't just set it and forget it, because you need to really build that stuff up. And those are some time-saving tips. You don't have to actively be there and do it every single day. You can do it in just little chunks of time and then go about your normal life, and you'll be able to still grow at a really good rate that way. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next time.